Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach who has lost and maintained a 140-pound weight loss, and it is Monday, so it's meal prep day. I have 3 amazing healthy recipes for you so that we can have a great week. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I do a meal prep every Monday. My recipe website where you will find all of today's recipes is at the top of the description box. I will also have nutrition coaching, highly recommend personalized macros and calories. That is what I follow to lose my weight. That's what I follow to maintain my weight. And as a coach, I do offer one-on-one coaching as well. Links and discounts to my favorite things and my free Facebook group. Come join us. We would love to have you. So let's head into the kitchen for this week's meal prep. For my breakfast this week, I'm making a Copycat Starbucks recipe. I'm going to make my favorite thing, which is the spinach and feta egg white wrap. It is my all-time favorite breakfast at Starbucks. We're gonna make it at home for less money and more protein. So let me show you what you'll need. You're going to need egg whites. I forgot to buy liquid egg whites, so I'm just going to use the whites from the whole eggs, salt and pepper, cottage cheese, Italian seasoning, garlic powder. You'll need sun-dried tomatoes in oil. Make sure you get the ones in olive oil. Mozzarella cheese, a wrap of your choice. I'm using my lavash flatbreads, feta cheese, and some frozen spinach. In my blender, I have 2 cups liquid egg whites, which was lots of eggs. I kind of wish I would have bought the liquid egg whites, but live and learn. Next time I will definitely buy them ready to go. And then I did a cup of cottage cheese, salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, garlic powder. We're going to blend until smooth. So I have a baking sheet. I'm going to spray it with some nonstick cooking spray. And then we're going to line it with parchment paper. And then we're going to spray it again with non-stick cooking spray. And then we're going to pour the blended egg white cottage cheese mixture onto the parchment. To a medium pan, I added a couple teaspoons of the oil from the sun-dried tomatoes. We're gonna get this nice and hot. I'm adding about 5 ounces of my frozen spinach. And then about a half a cup of the sun-dried tomatoes. We're going to let this cook down. We want to make sure the spinach is wilted and those sun-dried tomatoes, they get a little bit warmed through. Now we're going to add the spinach and sun-dried tomatoes right on top of the egg whites. Feta, half of a cup of mozzarella. We're just going to evenly distribute that right on top. And then we're putting it into the oven for 15 to 17 minutes at 350 until the eggs are set. I just pulled the egg whites out of the oven. These look so good. I'm going to allow them to cool before I cut them up for the week. So the egg whites are cooled. I'm going to cut them into 4s because it makes 4 wraps total. Each morning, I'll just take a whole piece of egg white, stick it on my wrap, fold it up, and honestly, I'll probably pop it in the air fryer to get it nice and crispy like when you get them from Starbucks. So that's going to be my breakfast for the week. Copycat, Starbucks, spinach and egg white feta wrap. For my lunches this week, I am making air fryer tuna melts. I'm actually going to make one with you guys and have it for lunch today, and then I will have it ready to go and we'll just pop it in the air fryer every day. So let me show you what you'll need. You're going to need light mayonnaise, pickle juice, non-fat Greek yogurt, cheese of your choice. I have this reduced fat pepper jack cheese. Bread of your choice. I have the Dave's Killer Bread thin slice. I like this bread because it's sprouted, so there's fiber and protein. Some pepper, green onions, Dijon mustard, and some tuna. So I added my can of drained tuna to a little dish here. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of non-fat Greek yogurt. And then a tablespoon of light mayo, about a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, spoon of pickle juice, a little bit of pepper, my green onions, and then we're going to mix this all together. So for the tuna melt, I'm going to use 2 slices of my sprouted bread. On the first slice, I'm going to add my tuna mixture. This amount of tuna will make 2 sandwiches, so I'll have enough for another lunch this week, and then I can just make up another batch of tuna and throw it into the air fryer. I'm going to place that into the air fryer, add my slice of cheese. Again, I'm using the Sargento reduced fat pepper jack. I love this cheese. You can use any cheese you want. You can skip the cheese. You can even add tomatoes, avocados, however you want to doctor up your tuna melt. Place my second slice of bread on top. I'm going to pop this in the air fryer for about 6 minutes at 400. I'm going to watch it. I'll flip it halfway through. All right, our sandwich should be good to go. Ooh, look at that. That looks amazing. Let me go ahead and plate this up and I'll show you lunch. I'm probably going to have this with some fruit. I made a big bowl of strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries. So I have like a little fruit salad that we'll have with our tuna melt. So here is lunch for the week. This looks absolutely incredible. I'm so excited for this. Who doesn't love a good tuna melt? I'll go ahead and put all the information here on the screen for you. For a sweet treat this week, I'm making caramel apple chocolate date bark. I love bark, and anytime I can get dates, we're getting in some fiber. So let me show you what you'll need. You're going to need walnuts, dates, some kind of flaky sea salt, so I'm using mine from Ava Jane's Kitchen. I have a whole bunch of Lily's chocolate chips, an apple, peanut butter, and coconut oil. So I have a baking sheet, lined it with some parchment paper. We're going to take 25 of our dates. If your dates have the pit, you're going to remove the pit. Mine are already pitted, and we're just going to place them open side up on top of the parchment paper. You also want to make sure that you're placing them close together. Then we're going to take the parchment paper, fold it over, and using your hands or a rolling pin, we're just going to push these dates until they basically make an even sheet. Then we're just going to spread about a half of a cup of peanut butter right over those dates. We're going to sprinkle on our diced up apple and our walnuts. I melted my Lily's chocolate chips with my coconut oil, and then I'm just drizzling that right on top of the dates, peanut butter, apples, and walnuts. And then we're sprinkling on just a teeny bit of chunky sea salt. Just trust the salt. That's really going to bring all of these flavors together. I'm going to place our date bark in the freezer for about 30 minutes until it hardens. Oh my goodness, this looks amazing. OMG, this looks incredible. I just popped it out of the freezer. I'm just going to break it up in pieces, put it in a Ziploc, throw it back in the freezer. That way it'll stay nice and hard and cold. Ooh, this is such a healthy option for a sweet treat. Thank you for joining me for this week's meal prep. I hope you enjoyed seeing a healthy breakfast, lunch, and dessert. We can eat dessert every single day and still reach our weight loss goals. Don't forget, all of today's recipes are on my recipe website that is linked at the top of the description box, along with nutrition coaching, links and discounts to my favorite things, and of course, come join our Facebook group. We would love to have you. Happy Monday, friends. Here's to a successful week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.